Good afternoon, parents. My name is Luke Hopper, and I'm the Head of Teaching and Learning at LIS. And today, I'm going to be sharing this short video with you on how to use and access our virtual learning environment, our primary learning system at school, Managebac. And as a parent, this is going to be our system, our way of communicating with you as a school ongoing. And this is also the system that we use through the upper primary and the secondary school to communicate our work, share resources, set deadlines, to collect work from your child. And so they're very well versed at using it, especially through the secondary school. And it's also going to be our way of communicating with you, the parent, in lower primary as well. In lower primary, you will also use a system called Seesaw, which is what some of us got used to at the end of last year for the actual teaching and learning on the day-to-day basis. But Managebac will be the system that we communicate you and the subject with you, and the subject teacher will communicate with you ongoing. So what this video is going to be about is just showing you, the parent, how to access the system, how you would find the things that you would need to or want to. It's very, very simple and user-friendly. And also just highlight kind of the key features of it so that we're able, you are able, and you feel comfortable as a parent being able to jump on there and find the things that you need to. Very quickly, the reason we're engaging with this system and the reason that we have set this system up is to simplify the systems that we use within school and put everything in a singular place as, you know, as staff and as teaching and learning environment, to try and make things simpler for not only the students, but also for you, the parents, as well as staff within the school. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn this video off and I'm going to share my screen with you. So what is going to happen at the beginning of the year, and for those of you that haven't already accessed Managebac, we will send this out to all parents anyway. We will send you an email, and you will receive an email that will look just like this one from Managebac with the same subject headings at the top. And then you as the parent, through the email address that we have for you, will receive this email, and it will give you the email that you use for your logon, and it will give you then an option here in this blue box to set a password. Now, I've already done this, and I'm going to kind of take you through the same steps, but when you want to set the password, if you click on this link as a parent, it will take you to this page here, and I'll talk about this just in a moment. The rest of this email, you can see that you have this page effectively here. So this is the link that you would want to bookmark as a parent. And then you have kind of a singular document, a page that takes you through getting started with Managebac as a parent, which is basically what I'm going to be talking with you guys about today. But you also have this to fall back on and have a look at if you would like to. So let's imagine that I've just clicked this blue box here and it takes me through to this page here, which is the LIS homepage. Now your page will look a tiny bit different. You'll have two boxes that say password and confirm password, and it will be up to you then to enter a password for the system, and it will attach it to the email address that the email was sent to. You also have an option down here to select, the remember me for 30 days if it's your own computer. So you can click that one and it will take you through. And then when you have your password set up and you sign in, it will take you through to this page here. Now I'm a parent as well with a student, with my son in year 1, and this is his profile at present. Now it's going to look a little bare and barren because it's the beginning of the year, and this system is only being started to be used with lower primary in a certain level, to a certain degree, this year. So what you will have though as a parent, you will have this kind of landing page, and this takes you on to what's almost the academics landing page, it's the dashboard. Now these are all your options. This is your navigation menu to take you to the different places on the system, and I'm going to talk through this today. And if this doesn't show up, what you just have to, you might have them come up as icons down the side here like this. You just want to click on this menu button here, and all of those things will come up on the left hand side here. You also have your inbox for messages, which is attached to this message box here. And then you have help and support if you need to send across any queries to Managebac. You have your profile here as a parent, and you can update new email addresses or further contact information as and when. We also then have your key contacts for whichever area and program within the school you're in. So for example, here with Marley, my son, we have Miss Rose, his subject teacher, his class teacher. We also then have the key contacts for his area of the school, his coordinator, and then the heads of school and the principal. On this actual landing page, we have the classes that Marley is a part of. And then we will have a kind of a calendar of things that, he or she would have ongoing and would have up in their calendar. And you can see these as they sit on the calendar. And I will show you the calendar in a minute, but if there's any upcoming events, those will sit here. You also then have the option, as we use this more over the coming years, to go back and look at different terms in different academic years. And you also can see the different teachers that contribute to this class. For example, in primary, the singular class, but all the different teachers that Marley is taught by. If you're in secondary, you will have a range, and upper primary, there will be more than just one kind of class quite often, especially in secondary. So there'll be a range of classes that will come down here by subject area, and then the teacher assigned to each of those areas will be next to them on the right-hand side here. So what I'd like to do is just kind of, also briefly, I didn't mention attendance. We have attendance. So as teachers, we use now Managebac for our attendance, and all attendance information as a parent is shared with you. You'll be able to see attendance here, and you can see, see them here. Your son or daughter, and their attendance. You can see how often they're present or not present and so on. So it's very quick to pick up any issues in terms of attendance visually here. So if I just take you through the functionality of these things on the side here, this is the academic dashboard, as I just mentioned. So this is this first tab. We then have the option to go to a portfolio, and this is where your child's work will be kind of kept. So if you're already in secondary as a student, your son or daughter is, and they've been here at the school before, there will already be lots of things in the portfolio because this is the area that work is kept. In primary, the class teachers will be uploading kind of the top, the most stellar pieces of work or the excellent piece of work that they want to keep on the student's file, or the student wants to keep on their file in this area as well. And you would be able to look at that in the different or the various kind of files area or in this timeline here. And you can also see you've got this, you've got your just basic outline information of everything down the right-hand side here. We then have the calendar. Now this is great. So in terms of the work that is being set, if you're a parent with a student year 6 and above, any of the deadlines or the work that is being set on a day-to-day basis will be kept on the calendar within Managebac here. So you will be able to see very quickly all of the different outstanding deadlines or pieces of work that your son or daughter have on a daily basis or in the upcoming days. And you're also able to view this weekly, so you can change the option here, or you can subscribe to the calendar, and then these dates will go into either your iCal or your Mozilla calendar or whichever, if you're using iPhone, Mac, or whatever it is. These things will actually go directly into your calendar if you want to subscribe to the calendar here. If not, you're able to just log on and look at it through this part of the program. There is then the profile. So this is your child's profile, and this is just the basic information that we keep as a school on your child, and this is the personal details here. We also then have the messages function. So this is the inbox, and this is also, as I mentioned, accessible kind of here as well on the right hand side. So if I come back into this messages area here and we go to the kind of class of 2033, this will build as your child is in the school longer, so you'll be able to look at legacy messages from years gone by. And this is the way that the subject teacher or your class teacher will communicate with you, the parent, about your child. And this will be an area that it will keep, an inbox that will keep those messages. These messages will also come to you directly on your inbox via email, because as a teacher, we have the option to tick a box that says also share with parents, so share it via email, and it bounces to the email that you use as a parent to log in to Managebac. So things won't or don't tend to go missing then. And this is kind of a repository, an area that stuff is kept in one place for you. So it's not just kept within your email inbox as well. So that's kind of the general outline stuff here. We then have, kind of reference timetables. We aren't using timetabling on the system too much at present. So we're just going to leave that for now and not talk about that. But we are using attendance, reports, and behavior. So if I was to click on attendance, this gives you a bit more of an in-depth view of attendance for your child. And you are able to see ongoing the attendance that your child has at school. And you're also able to submit an attendance excusal, which goes through to the homeroom teacher, who is then able to communicate this attendance with the school. So, quite often you guys will email in, so you're able to email in, but you're also able to submit the attendance excusal here by clicking at this button. And then if I click that, you can see we just pick a date, the duration, and give the reason, and that will send that information through to the relevant party at school. So that's attendance. Reports. Now we are going to be using Managebac. We are updating the way that we report at school this year, and this is the system that we will be using to do it. And we will be developing our report, our new report pro forma for this semester ongoing, and this is where that report will be stored and kept and shared with you. And the other thing with this is this, as we move on in the coming years, you will have access to all the reports, for your child in this one particular place. You're able to download the PDF from this area and keep it for your own records, and also view it here as well. So this is this kind of reports tab. We then also have the behavior tab. Now this is a positive and a negative behavior tab. So we've just got an example one that Stephanie put in here for Marley, just to show you how it works. And this is a positive, behavior log. And this is something that, we will be using this year for the first time, but it'll be a way that we can communicate anything that comes up which we feel is important and needs to be shared with you as a parent on a weekly, monthly basis, and so on. Now, I wouldn't expect to see lots and lots of things coming through the behavior tab all the time. This is more of something if we feel we really need to communicate it with you as a parent. This will come through to you on here, and it will also come through to your email, just like a inbox message, so that you'll be able to view it there, but also log on and have a look at this as well in the behavior tab. So that will be stored there. We then finally have kind of this parents tab just down the left or down the bottom here. So we have the overview, the dashboard. This is something that as a parent you can add new events. You could arrange a an event if you needed to with the school, potentially with a class teacher. But so this could be a place that you can do that. And also sorry, let me just come back. You're also able to post a message, into the dashboard as well. But this is something, realistically with the subject teacher, you'll be communicating with them via the inbox here. So you're able to actually do that, be able to do that there as well. You also have the calendar. So this is the calendar. So you're able to add your own event to this calendar. This is the parents' calendar. But this is something that we as a school can use to share events with you, the parents, and something that we will look to engage with as the year moves on. And then also I mentioned kind of the messages tab. So again, this here, this is the very similar to this one up here. This is basically your messages. And as a parent, you are able to post new messages. So you're able to post a message to members of the Parents Association if you wanted to. And that's for people who have opt in to become a member of the PTFA or something, and so on. And there's an area also then where things can be kept and filed for parents and can be shared with parents as well. So ultimately, as you can see, we've got kind of quite a lot going on here, but the most important thing as a parent for you guys is going to be these top two, this kind of general area here and the reference area here, in terms of keeping up to date with your child's progress, and also the communications in terms of their day-to-day progress, and then as the year moves on, their semesterly progress with their reports and so on. And as the school becomes better versed at using this, I mean, we're already pretty well experienced in this program, but we are definitely going to be learning some of the newer features this year, and we will be sharing more of more of the handy hints and tips and the useful things that we pick up with you, the parent, ongoing. And also, please always feel free to ask your children, you know, who use the program on a daily basis, because they are becoming very well versed in using the program as well. From our side, you know, if you do have any questions and you want to come back to me, you have the option of giving me a message. You can use the system, or you can use my email address, and you're also able to communicate directly with your program coordinator, depending on which level you are at the school. And then they can also help by either directing you towards me or directing you to the relevant solution for the program. But I hope you would agree. It looks, to me, it looks, you know, pretty simple. And I think, you know, with a bit of work this year, it's going to be a really, really valuable asset to how we communicate and work with you, the parents, in getting the very, very best outcomes for your children during their time at the Cairo International School. I thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and please come back to me with any questions if you do have any.